Hi friends, welcome to the channel of Learning by Doing. Today I'm going to talk about a very important programming language called Java. And coming to the Java, everyone have many doubts about the Java. That's why I'm going to tell you about the basics of Java in this video. That is, first of all, what is Java? Everyone used to think everyone saying that Java is a very important language, very useful language when we go into the software industry. Every applications are running in the Java, and all these questions, blah blah blah, were running in our society. Everyone talking about Java like this, but everyone gets tensed about Java because oh my god, Java is a very big language. It's having lots of packages in it and it's having lots of APIs in it. How can I learn the Java? Just remove all those things and just listen. Java is a very simple language if you are willing to learn it. I'm coming to the basics of Java. Then what is Java? Java is one of the programming language. It was just mainly designed to develop the internet connections. What is it? Everything nowadays was running in the internet, so it's mainly designed for the internet connections. That's why Java got this much popularity in our society. Okay guys, and it is also an independent language, and it doesn't depend on it is having very less dependencies on it. And what are the things which makes the programmers that C and C++ programming languages are not that much popular? That is because the C and C++ languages only support the standalone applications, and it does not support the internet applications like remote and network applications and all this. I will tell you in the further video what is meant by the standalone application and the internet applications. And next, coming to just as usual, just as the history of Java, this was developed by James Gosling, and this was supported, maintaining by the Sun Microsystems. Very first, the Java was named as OAK, and this was further it was named as Java. What is the reason they first introduced the Java as OAK, and again then they changed the name as Java? Means the OAK name was already registered by some other members when they went for the registration of the Java, so they changed their name as Java, and it was developed in the 1995 May 20. And I'm going to talk about these hard Java, JDK evolutions and J2SE in the further slides. And what is the definition of Java, and how Java looks? It is very simple language. These are all the features of Java. Simple language, and it is in a very high level secured language, and also a multi-threaded, platform independent, all these things, object oriented language. And everyone thinks that what is the abbreviation of Java? In the HTML classes we discussed that HTML is an acronym and it is nothing but a hypertext markup language. But here, what is Java? It is an acronym? No. Is it having any extension? No, it doesn't have any extension. It is not an acronym too. It doesn't have any abbreviation also. What is the history of making the name as Java? Means it refers to a hot aromatic drink, coffee. What is the meaning of Java? Means it's a coffee beans. Actually, Java beans means is nothing but a coffee beans, and that's why they put the icon is also as a coffee cup. Why they preferably put the coffee cup? Means the Sun Microsystems was developed this Java in a place where that was near to the coffee farm where they grow the coffee beans and all this. That was near to their near to their company where they used to develop this Java program and all these things establishment. Whenever they were developing, they used to see the gardens there, and that's why this was the history, that why they put the Java as the name for this programming language, because they just near to their place there was a coffee beans farm, so they just as usually as commonly they put as Java. There is not having any specific history for this putting the name as Java. And why Java is called a simple language? In the features, in the first and foremost, I said it is a simple language because it just looks similar to our C and C++ languages in its syntaxes. And in the C and the C++ language, we have many features which looks complex, confusing and unsafe, like we are very tired of when we are listening about it, because we get confused when you are working on pointers, structures, unions. These are all in the C language, and multiple inheritance, which is in C++ language, and overloading concepts, which are in C++ language. These are all make some confusions and unsafe. Unsafe is nothing but that doesn't look secured when we wrote the program. So because of this, they removed all these concepts from C and C++, and they introduced some simple and very secured concepts in the Java. So that's why we call it the Java as a very simple language. What is meant by a platform independent language, platform dependent language? First of all, let me tell you what is meant by a platform. Platform is nothing but a hardware or a software where the program is going to be run. And we are all well known that the computer is the combination of the hardware and the software. What is the hardware in it? Is just the hardware parts of it, like CPU and keyboard. It all links with the program, right? And also what is meant by the software is the main operating system of our computer, that is Windows, Mac, Linux, etc. All this. What is meant by platform is it is in hardware or the software in which the program runs. It is the platform. It is in hardware platform, and it is the software platform where the program is run. And the computer is also a platform which is the combination of software and the hardware parts in it. And you're all well known about the platform, right? Then what is meant by platform dependent? We are all saying from past days, and everyone will say that C and C++ languages are platform dependent and the Java is platform independent, so it becomes very famous and all these things. When we listen to that, we think that I even doesn't know what is platform dependent and independent. He's easily saying it. Then I'll tell you the answer for that. That is, what is platform dependent and what is platform independence means when a program was compiled in one operating system, that is, for example, in Windows operating system, and when we took the program and run the program in Mac operating system or in the Linux operating system or in the Ubuntu operating system, but it doesn't work. But it only works in the Windows operating system. That is, the program was depending only on Windows operating system to get the output. That is nothing but platform dependent language. The language which is getting depended with the operating system is nothing but the platform dependent language. The C and C++ languages are the platform dependent languages, where the C language, if we run the C language as one operating system and we can't run the same C program in other operating systems, we need to write again the code for other operating systems. So this is nothing but the platform dependent language. I hope you understood. And next we are going to talk about the platform independent language. What is meant by a platform independent language is when we run a program in one operating system and we just took the program code and runs in other operating systems like Mac or Ubuntu or any other operating system, it executes and gives your output in their operating system also. That means it doesn't depending the program what you wrote in one system doesn't depend on its operating system. It's nothing but the platform that you are used there, the software that you used in, I mean, OS is the software, right? Operating system that you used in one PC is not dependent to that program. The program is not depending on the OS of your PC. It is independent of your PC. That's why whenever you take your program to other operating systems and you are running in that program in other operating systems, it's easily running and giving your output. Then how it's running means the languages like Java are developed as the platform independent languages, means that those languages doesn't depend on the operating system, but one thing, they depend on the JVM. That is nothing but the Java virtual machine. The Java virtual machine is dependent on the operating system. When the Java code was dependent on the Java virtual machine, and Java virtual machine was different for the different operating systems. I mean, let me clear you that Java virtual machine is platform dependent, but Java program is platform independent. If we wrote a Java program, we need to install their supportive Java virtual machine, which is dependent to our operating system. I mean, Windows is having its own JVM, and Mac is having its own JVM, and Linux is having its own JVM. But the Java program doesn't depend on these Windows, Mac and Linux. It just links with the Java virtual machine which is support to it, and it runs. That's it. This is nothing but the platform independent. Platform dependence. This is a sample C code. When we run in our Windows compilation, it then gives the output as exe executable code, and that is also known as the machine code. It also depends on the hardware and the software of our system. But what is meant by platform independence means the Java virtual machine will be dependent, but the Java program is an independent language, so the Java virtual machine produces the bytecode, and by using this bytecode, wherever you go, in whatever the operating system, it just produces the output without depending on the operating system. Creating and compiling programs. How we compile the programs in the Java language is, it is just as Java C. File is nothing but the name of your program, and it will comes with the .java extension, and this is what the command that we're going to be used for the compiling the Java programs. And what is mean and how we are going to execute the applications means, after compiling the program, we'll get the bytecode from that, and using that bytecode we are going to get the output by using the virtual machine which is dependent on our operating system, that was executed using the command called Java, the class name of your bytecode, the class name of your Java program, not the name that was given for the Java program, the class name that was given for the Java program. So it is better to give the class name and the name of your Java program as same, similar. This is a simple example of it. And then I'm going to tell you some more things about the Java applications. I already said to you, right? I'll tell you what is the standalone application and what is the internet applications. What is the standalone applications is nothing but when we wrote a program, and this is in our server itself, and it is getting the local call, but it doesn't get the call from the internet. This is nothing but the standalone application. I'll tell you an example that if you are having an office communicator with you, I mean, like, in all the office members were going to be get communicated through this office communicator, and it is working through in your server system, and you will get communicated for the other colleagues in your office through this office communicator, but you does not get communicated with the person who is not in your office. That is nothing but if you can communicate within your office, means if you are working in one company, I'll just saying as company 1, if you are communicating with the colleagues in the company 1, and you doesn't know about the company 3 and all these, they are all other companies, and you can't able to communicate with the company 3 members in your office communicator. That is nothing but the standalone application which was given for your server. Let us coming to the college is also having some of the communicators. I don't think so, but for example, let me say, if you done something web programming languages, and you done a web page for your college, and it is if you can pass it, but that was stored in your college server, and you doesn't get the connection with the internet for it, because you need to get the domain name for your web page that you are created for getting to be gone into the remote system. That is nothing but the standalone application. But whenever you got your web page to be get connected with your remote system by getting your own domain name and all this, then it is nothing but the internet applications. What are the terminologies that are going to be used in the programming languages are, everyone used to say that source code. What is meant by the source code? Mainly these words are going to be used when you went into the IT industries. They used to say that source code. What is meant by the source code means developer written program. Whoever the developer in your company, they write some program according to their programming languages. I mean, I said to them to write the program in Java. Then they wrote some program in Java. That is nothing but the source code. What is the compiled code? Compiler generated program that comes from the source code. That is, I wrote a Java program and I given to the compiler to compile my program, means it generates another program that from the source code, that is nothing but a byte code. The byte code was the output of my Java code, right? That is nothing but the compiled code. And then we are coming to the executable code. What is mean by the executable code? Whenever you given this byte code, it generates another code called .exe files, class.exe files. So what is mean by this .exe files is the code which was going to be understand for your operating system only, the OS understandable and readable code. It is nothing but the executable code. And what is meant by the execution? It is a process of running compiled code to get output. These are all the terminologies of your programming languages. And I'm going to tell you one more thing, that Sun Microsystems was developed this Java. I already said to you, and they developed this Java and the concepts of this Java. So they divided the concepts of Java in 3 variations, that is Java Micro Edition, and the Java Standard Edition, and the Java Entrepreneur Edition. What is meant by the Java ME? That is Java Micro Edition. For developing the mobile applications, we use the Java Micro Edition. And what is meant by the Standard Edition? For developing the desktop and Windows applications, we use the Java Standard Edition. And what is meant by Java EE, that is Entrepreneur Edition, is for developing the internet and enterprise applications, we use that Java doubly. So thanks for watching this video. If you like my video, subscribe to my channel.